We often think of Hollywood legends as just actors on a screen, but behind the scenes, some were ruthless business moguls. While their fans were watching their movies, these icons were quietly buying up oil fields. 20. Gene Autry. The Empire. Television and radio stations, real estate, and MLB's Angels. The singing cowboy was Hollywood's ultimate entrepreneur. He parlayed his music and film earnings into a media empire and a professional baseball team. At the time of his death, his net worth was the equivalent of over $1.20 billion in today's dollar. 19. Merv Griffin. The Empire, creator of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Griffin was more than a talk show host. He was a game show genius. Selling his production company to Coca-Cola for $250 in 1986, worth nearly $1 billion today, made him one of the wealthiest men in entertainment history. 18. Mary Pickford. The Empire, co-founder of United Artists and Pickford Fairbanks Studios. Known as America's sweetheart, Pickford was a fierce negotiator. She owned her own studio and co-founded United Artists, controlling her films and real estate in a way that would make her a multi-billionaire by today's corporate standards. 17. George Lucas. The Empire, Lucasfilm and Industrial Light and Magic. Lucas took a gamble by keeping the merchandising rights to Star Wars, a move that eventually led to a $4 billion sale to Disney. Today, his net worth sits at a staggering $5.20 billion, making him the wealthiest celebrity on the planet. 16. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Empire, commercial real estate and bricklaying business. Long before he was the Terminator, Arnold was a real estate millionaire. He invested his bodybuilding prize money into apartment buildings in Santa Monica, creating $1 billion portfolio that survived even his time in politics. 15. Bob Hope. The Empire, 10,000 acres of Southern California land. Bob Hope was secretly one of the largest private landowners in California. His vast holdings in the San Fernando Valley grew so valuable that his estate was estimated to be worth over $1 billion in today's market value. 14. Jerry Seinfeld. The Empire, syndication and streaming rights. Seinfeld didn't just make a show, he created a perpetual money machine. Thanks to his ownership stake in Seinfeld, he became Hollywood's first sitcom billionaire through syndication deals that never stopped paying. 13. George Randolph Scott. The Empire, oil, real estate, and insurance. This Western star retired from acting at his peak to focus on his investments. By the time he passed, his quiet empire of oil wells and real estate was worth the modern equivalent of $100 million in liquid cash and billions in assets. 12. Douglas Fairbanks Sr. The Empire, founding the Academy and studio ownership. Fairbanks was the king of early Hollywood business. He co-owned his own distribution company and production house, ensuring that every dollar spent by the public went straight back into his pocket. 11. Francis Ford Coppola. The Empire, wineries, resorts, and lifestyle brands. The director of The Godfather used his film earnings to buy a historic winery. Today, the Coppola brand is a global empire of wine, food, and luxury resorts worth well over $1 billion. 10. Cary Grant. The Empire, Fabergé Cosmetics Board and Real Estate. Grant was the first free agent in Hollywood. He refused studio contracts and instead sat on corporate boards like Fabergé, building a fortune that made him one of the wealthiest and most sophisticated investors in the industry. 9. Harold Lloyd. The Empire, 3D film technology, and real estate. The silent film comedian was a tech pioneer. He owned his own studio and invested heavily in early film technology and prime Los Angeles land, leaving behind one of the most valuable estates in history. 8. Joan Crawford. The Empire, Pepsi-Cola Board of Directors. After marrying the CEO of Pepsi, Crawford took a seat on the board. She became a global brand ambassador and a massive shareholder, turning her Hollywood fame into a corporate fortune worth millions. 7. Clint Eastwood. The Empire, Malpaso Productions, and real estate. Eastwood is a master of the one for them, one for me strategy. By owning his production company and massive real estate holdings in Carmel, he built a private billion-dollar legacy outside the studio system. 6. Dick Wolf. The Empire, the Law and Order franchise. As the creator of the most successful procedural franchise in history, Dick Wolf's Law and Order universe has generated over $12 billion in revenue, making him a billionaire through pure television dominance. 5. Tyler Perry. The Empire, 330-acre studio and production ownership. Perry owns 100% of everything he creates. By building his own massive studio complex in Atlanta, he bypassed the Hollywood system entirely to become a certified billionaire. 4. Peter Jackson. The Empire, Weta Digital, and Middle-earth. The man who brought The Lord of the Rings to life sold a portion of his visual effects company, Weta Digital, for $1.60 billion. This single deal cemented his place in the Billionaires Club. 3. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The Empire, the Dreyfus family fortune. While she earned millions from Seinfeld and Veep, her family's energy and shipping empire is worth billions. She is one of the few stars whose family wealth rivals the biggest corporations in the world. 2. Steven Spielberg. The Empire, DreamWorks, and Amblin Entertainment. Spielberg didn't just direct hits, he built the studios that made them. With a net worth of $7.10 billion, he is a titan of industry whose financial reach extends into theme parks and global distribution. 1. Oprah Winfrey. The Empire, Harpo Productions and media ownership. Oprah is the gold standard for celebrity wealth. By owning her show, her magazine, and her network, she turned a talk show into a $3 billion empire, proving that ownership is the ultimate key to the vault. These legends prove that the biggest role you can play in Hollywood is the owner. Which of these secret billionaires surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. For more stories of Hollywood's massive fortunes, subscribe to Gilded Grails.